Fondat acum mai bine de 10 ani, Glovo, pe care o știm foarte bine cu toții, această aplicație foarte renumită în întreaga lume, este astăzi activă în 23 de țări mai exact și mii de orașe din întreaga lume, colaborând cu peste 180.000 de parteneri. Cofondatorul Glovo, Sacha Michaud, este invitatul special la summitul Startup Moldova 2026 și invitatul din această seară, la fel de special, la Prinde Seara, vom realiza acest interviu împreună cu Nicu, colegul meu.
Bonsoir, bună seara,
Bonsoir.
welcome. So Sacha, this is your third time in Moldova, yes? Or
Yeah, third time in the last 2 years. So I've been coming regularly.
okay. So how do you find Moldova this time?
Look, I think Moldova is, you can really feel the positive energy of how I think society, and that's obviously the people, but also the country is really looking forward and you know, I think their vision of going into the EU as well gives, I think, a positive energy, and I think, you know, I think we all believe it's very possible in the short to mid term. So I think there's a massive opportunity. And then in the case of Glovo, obviously, it's this region is super important because Moldova, although it's a small country, is in the middle of two of our biggest markets, which is Romania and Ukraine. They're two of our biggest markets in Glovo today. So for me, this region is super important and very interesting as well. So I'm excited.
And I have to ask, what Moldovan food have you enjoyed the most so far? Do you have favorite dishes?
No,
here?
but I forget the name. But there's a pastry.
Plăcintă?
Yeah,
Plăcintă.
Plăcintă.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm terrible with the pronunciation. I need, in my third time in recently, I should at least learn.
But we have a lot of kind of plăcintă. You like it with cheese or potatoes or with cabbage?
I've had it, I think, with the cheese, which I like, but I love it with potatoes.
If you had to describe Glovo in few words to someone hearing about it for the first time, how would you tell its story?
I think, we're a tech company. We're a tech platform that really gives people a very convenient service in the cities they operate. Our vision is to build the largest marketplace in the city to give everyone easy access to anything. And I think that's the essence of it, to be very convenient, very useful. I think we need to have two things always at Glovo for it to be successful. The best restaurant and stores. So I want to have your favorite restaurant or your favorite supermarket or your favorite store. That needs to be in Glovo. And secondly, have a great service. So when you do use it, and generally, you know, if we say we're going to deliver in 25 minutes, that we do it, and the products arrive. But if we do that, then we're going to be very useful. It's almost the same cost as going yourself, a small delivery. So it makes it super useful and efficient. And I think, you know, it's part of digitalizing the cities, and many things are happening in our cities as we speak, becoming more digital. I think Glovo is a very important part of that.
It's something personal. This thing about unicorn. Can you explain where did it come from, this idea? Unicorn title, yeah.
I to be honest, it's a title I don't like. I think, you know, just because a company reaches a certain valuation, it's given this title, which I think is a reference, but I don't really like it, you know. To be honest, I don't know where it comes from, but I assume it's aspiring to high up, and, you know, a unicorn can fly and things like that. To be honest, I haven't researched. I don't like the name. I mean, I just love companies, you know, changing things, fixing things, finding solutions to things that you know can be done better through technology, and that they're, you know, become a unicorn or not or everything. I mean, there's some amazing companies that are sold earlier or grow much slower but amazing. I admire many of our partners, actually, many of our restaurant partners who built large chains. They're not perceived as tech companies, but they're entrepreneurs and they're amazing businessmen. And I'm not a big fan of the unicorn. And now unicorns are small. It's now decacorn. Now the companies in the US are now no more of $1 billion companies. They're $10 billion or $100 billion companies.
Today, Glovo is a unicorn, but personally, do you still feel in the race, or you have reached where you wanted to be?
Definitely still in the race.
Okay.
We just began the race as well. I mean, you know, we're still, I mean, tiny. There's bigger Glovos around the world. So there's companies who are doing the same business as us in other areas of, in other regions that are much bigger than Glovo. So I think we're just getting started. I think we're early on. I think we're an industry or sector that's changed everything in our cities. I think, the amount of friends and customers who said, wow, I use you all the time and you've changed. So I think it's something that's not going to go away, and I think it'll evolve. The beginning of Glovo, of course, was grown primarily on restaurant food. Glovo was multi-category from day one. So all our competitors only did restaurant food, but Glovo did everything from 11 years ago when we started. But restaurant food is obviously the biggest category. But what's going to happen, I think, over the next decade is retail, and that's everything that's not restaurant: groceries, pharmacy, health and beauty, electronics, fashion, is going to be equally or even bigger on Glovo than restaurant food.
Okay. Do you see potential here in Moldova? You mentioned about Ukraine. I wanted to ask one thing: how the things are going there because of the war.
The population is what it is in Moldova. No, I think it's 2.2 million. Yeah.
2.5 maybe,
positive
2.4.
One positive thing is, I think around 50% of that is in the capital. So it's a big city.
Yeah.
So I think from a potential of, we operate in 2 cities, but I think it has huge potential, the big cities, and continue growing. The same as any other city of 1 million plus people in any of the regions. So I think it is. I also think the way Moldovans really want to embrace technology, and the startup conference today is just showing that they want to attract talent here. They want to start. That Moldova becomes a hub for talent. I think is only going to drive faster growth. But yeah, I mean, compared to the neighboring countries, Romania and Ukraine, it's a much smaller market. And then the second part, Ukraine. The business is going well in the sense that we are, we're bigger today in Ukraine than we were pre-war. When the war happened, the headquarters, our headquarters in Barcelona, when the invasion happened, we immediately stopped operations in Ukraine, closed everything down for safety reasons. And the team and our general manager, who's amazing, she's amazing, called us and said, "Why are you closing down operations?" And we said, "Well, there's a mass invasion going on." She said, No, please. The couriers are out there delivering using Telegram. The shops are still open. The restaurants are still open. Please reopen. So we checked with the government, and they said, yes, please reopen. So we closed 4 cities down, which are in the primary war areas, which were very dangerous. And we kept 37 cities open out of the 41 or 42 that we had open. And we reopened. We had to build some tech very quickly. So when there was an air raid siren or there was a possible attack, then we had to close down the delivery and give the customer back his money. We hadn't built that piece because we didn't need it. Cancelled order that wasn't. So we built some tech very quickly, and it it's one of the highlights of my career at Glovo being part of Ukraine. I feel proud for the team. I feel amazing, and I'm going there. After Moldova, I'm heading there in 2 days. I try and go every 6 months to see the team and to work. And so, amazing example of strength and resilience.
What does a typical day look like for you? Do you still have time to slow down, or is everything as fast as Glovo delivers?
And I'll start with the end answer. I think it's even faster than Glovo. I'm full. I'm generally a nervous person who likes to do a lot of things, so I'm always moving around and doing. And then I'll start with the beginning of the question. So a typical day in my life depends on whether I'm in headquarters or traveling. I travel a lot. So I'm visiting, we're in 22 countries, so I spend a lot of time traveling, but I'll focus on Barcelona, our headquarters. I cycle. It's a city that's very good for cycling. So I cycle to work and back. It's about 20 minutes there, 22 minutes home, because it's uphill on the way home. So I sweat a little bit more. And I get around the city cycling, and I'll go into the office and a lot of meetings, of course, with my team, with the management team, deciding. I like to swim, so I go to swimming a lot as well. And my life goes into late. Barcelona and Spain is a very long day. We have dinner at 9 o'clock at night. So I also socialize a lot. I'm quite a social person. So I like meeting people and doing stuff out of work. And of course, apart from Glovo, recently with Oscar's, the other co-founder, we've set up a venture capital fund. So we actually invest in startups. It's called Yellow, like the yellow boxes, surprise. And I spend, my extra time looking at startups, meeting founders, and sometimes we invest through the fund in many of those. So that would be my typical day.
What about music? What kind of music do you like? Do you listen to radio or you have your own playlist in your phone?
I listen to the radio. I'm a big fan of music. My father was a musician. He was a jazz musician. He played the double bass. I have no ear though. I've tried playing musical instruments. I'm useless, so I've stopped. But I love music. I dance my own style. I dance a lot, but very badly. But I do dance. And it depends. There's actually, this is a funny story. There's a radio show I did, I think, in Nairobi, in Kenya, where we also were in Africa. And they filmed it, and they put on some music, and they asked me to dance, and they filmed it, and they put it online. And I said, the good thing about dancing in a radio is no one sees it. And I didn't know they were filming, so you can find that somewhere out there. But I like all sorts of music. It depends where. Like, really, very into all types of music. Depends if I'm at a music festival. I like electronic music as well.
Do you have a favorite singer or band, maybe?
Historically, I loved Oasis. I think, they're probably, if you had to have a big group like that. I like some of the young people. I'm a big fan of Miley Cyrus. I think she's super talented. I love her deep voice.
Okay.
I think Justin Bieber as well. I know it's more of a teen thing, but I think he's super talented. And so yeah, anything that's got a good. I like funky music. Anything with roots, Prince, things like that. Yeah.
Okay.
L-am întrebat.
Radiohead as well.
Okay.
And then going radio. One thing, and I'm sure it's good in Moldova. Radio stations in Spain with music. It's very disappointing that they only put popular music on. And they never have independent music, whereas, I was born in London. In the UK, they have great radio stations which play everything. And I'm pretty sure in Moldova you have also good radio stations. I really miss good radio stations in Spain.
The best music is here on Radio 7.
Then I need to put it on. But
okay,
yeah.
Thank you very much. For you, Sacha. Mulțumim tare mult. Thank you very much for this interview. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And a beautiful song. And thank you. It's amazing being here with you. And I hope to see you very soon.
Same here.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow